Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Monday, July 17th. Got dry conditions this morning, but a cold front later today will bring widespread breezy winds and a marginal severe weather risk concerning very strong winds. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Keyboards we're going to focus on today. We did see some record warmth across the area yesterday in our first 100-degree day of the season at Pocatello, but we did set new daily records at Idaho Falls, Stanley, and Chalice with temperatures in the low to upper 90s. A cold front today is going to bring widespread wind gusts between about 30 to 50 miles an hour. Some of that could be locally stronger in some of our wind-prone areas, with scattered chances of virga and some dry thunderstorms working through the area, with the potential there for some strong thunderstorm outflow winds of 50 miles an hour or stronger possible. Looking at drier and cooler weather for your Tuesday, with isolated storms generally going to be south of the Snake Plain for Tuesday and Wednesday, with scattered storms possible for Thursday, particularly in the mountains. We're going to be trending warmer and drier later in the week, with upper 90s and triple digits back in the forecast for next weekend. And look at satellite this morning. That high pressure is going to continue to shift east. This low is going to be moving onshore to western Canada and the Pacific Northwest. So you're already tapping into some moisture there in northern California, eastern Oregon. Already start to see some showers and thunderstorms out in this area, and this will be continuing to shift east throughout the day as this trough moves inland with that cold front passing through the area later today. And bigger picture for you, so low pressure system here. The circulation is going to be moving onshore just now this morning, and tapping into some moisture out of the desert southwest, and that'll be leading to some showers, thunderstorms. Again, not a whole heck of a lot of precipitation reaching the ground, but we're going to see some returns on radar this afternoon, coupled with some increasing winds. Weather for Scotland for your next 5 days. Main concerns will center around today. We're just looking at some widespread breezy winds with isolated showers and thunderstorms. Winds will again be strongest across portions of the Arco Mud Lake Desert area up through the central mountains, with breezy winds pretty much for everyone. For the later part of Tuesday into Wednesday, we're going to see isolated showers and thunderstorms return, particularly in the afternoon and evening hours. A little bit better coverage on Thursday, ahead of drier conditions returning for Friday through the weekend. The outlook for today from the Storm Prediction Center does have us in a marginal risk. So again, this is for gusts in excess of 58 miles an hour, at least just a 5% chance. So we're seeing widespread areas of southeast Idaho in that risk for today. And again, just that 5 to 14% of that probability of a severe wind gust. So again, we're looking at widespread breezy winds of 30 to 50 miles an hour. So it won't take a whole lot to get those gusts pushing over 50 or 60 miles an hour, especially with that organization of the line as it works through. And speaking of organization, this is a look at the NAM model, so timing out what radar may look like later today. So we're already starting to see some reflectivity in the Owyhee Mountains, and that'll continue to work east into the Treasure Valley. Again, a lot of this will be staying aloft. It's going to be very dry at the surface, so a lot of dry air to overcome. But you certainly could see a shower or two out there this morning. And as that front continues to work south throughout the day, increasing chances for thunderstorms will be possible, particularly in the afternoon and evening hours. And as that front works through, you can kind of expect the strongest wind gusts to be co-located with that front. So we're looking at 4 o'clock. Looks like the I-15 US 20 corridor down to 86, 84 corridor, and that'll continue to work east through the evening hours. So a little bit of very strong winds potentially for the evening commute, but behind that we're going to see much quieter winds and pretty clear conditions working in behind the front as quiet weather returns overnight. High temperatures today should be fairly seasonable, if not just slightly above normal, with afternoon highs in the 80s to low 90s. And wind gusts this morning. So we're starting off the day fairly quiet, but this is taking a look at 6 a.m. to noon. Again, you'll see these wind gusts closer to noontime, but again, starting to see that widespread uptick in winds, generally about 35 to 50 miles an hour later this morning for the Central Mountains and parts of the Magic Valley and South Hills. And then again for this afternoon, so this is between 12 and 6 o'clock, going to see widespread wind gusts between them again about 30 to 50 miles an hour, because some of that could be locally stronger in some of our wind-prone areas. This will all be coming directly out of the west as that front works through the area. And by this evening, we're still looking at those strong wind gusts. Again, the potential there for some stronger thunderstorm wind gusts will be exceeding these forecast values, but these are just looking at the synoptic winds, so overall wind patterns that'll be working through later part of this evening through about midnight. And overnight tonight, you can expect winds to drop off fairly substantially once we hit sunset, and beyond that, just some slight winds overnight, particularly in the upper valleys. High temperatures Tuesday, overall going to be fairly similar to what we're going to see today, if not slightly cooler. So 80s, low 90s again for your Tuesday, just about normal for mid-July. Wind gusts on Tuesday is looking much quieter, gusts about 20 to 35 miles an hour. High temperatures on Wednesday are going to be slightly warmer. Again, looking at more mid-80s to mid-90s coverage, but overall still staying fairly seasonable for this time of year. And high temperatures on Thursday, noticeably warmer in the Treasure and Magic Valleys, but still holding on to those 80s to low 90s across large portions of the area. And for Friday, we're looking at widespread temperatures again in the 80s, mid-90s, starting to work into Pocatello and across portions of the Magic Valley, but still holding on to lots of low 90s and 80s across the area. And look at your weekends. So we're going to be warming up pretty similar fashion to what we saw this past weekend. Looking at afternoon highs returning into the upper 80s to low triple digits for both Saturday and Sunday. Could be looking at 101 by Sunday in Pocatello. So summer is certainly here and here to stay as we round out the middle part of July. That's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have a great day.